And it's a reggae music.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of this Reggae Music Show. This is saRas, your host, and Jah Mali is
Yes.
here today with his brand new single. Please, let's talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, me as a roots artist and so on, but
So,
as a roots artist, I'm also a creator of music and a original singer. I, you're one of my fans, thankfully, and me always I do. You've always, all the people I talk to over the years would say to me, Jamali, it doesn't matter, especially selectors. They would say to me, it doesn't matter what you're singing. It doesn't matter. We don't have to hear your songs to know it's gonna be a great song. And that blows my mind, that they would have that approach. Because then now it makes me wonder, okay, does that mean that I'm just at a certain, I've peaked and I'm there and I can't outdo myself? You get what I'm saying? Does that mean no, everything across the board is just normalized when it comes to hearing something from Jamali? Okay, we know it's gonna be great. That's all we need to know, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, It just that we want to know if how the music differently, how each song impacts everyone, and what they get from each song.
so
Because
yeah, this pre, like how you say, you wanna tell us something with this, because I heard the new single, obviously, and
right,
I can see that it's a bit different than Jamali I know.
right, and that's the point that I'm a singer, right? You okay? I'm a singer. It's not like some people who them I call. I would prefer to them as chanters, but them now fall into the category of singer. And especially as a reggae artist, I think one of the things that you know, we should try to do is remain. That's the thing that makes reggae music. Reggae music. It's authentic. Excuse me, authentic. Creativity
Sure.
for original stuff, new melodies, and new things to say. You get what I'm saying? Well, so this is it's not just this is just the single. This is one of the singles from the album
Okay,
that's
so
coming up.
it's an
That's
album
coming.
coming out.
Right, right.
Is this single, is this an anticipation of how the album will flavor, or is just a one-off?
No, it is an anticipation. Good question. It is an indication of what the album is going to entail. It's going to be some strong reggae rhythms you're used to, and but mainly original stuff also. You get what I'm saying? And I would say a new, a breath of fresh air, because you're gonna be hearing some things you haven't heard from any reggae artist in a long time.
Sure. So what's the name of the album?
It will be called. It is called Pleasant Place.
Pleasant Place. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Pleasant Place. Because I know your next question is gonna be White Pleasant Place.
Now I was comfortable with just know the name, but yes, you can explain to me. Yeah, now I'm curious.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
So where is
well,
the
well, well.
pleasant place?
White Pleasant Place. Yes, good
Where
question.
is the pleasant place?
The Pleasant Place. Well, if you've been following me for years, as you said, since you've been following me for years, then also when you listen to a Jamali song, a few times you will hear I say I'm not so much of a storyteller. You know, I really sing. My songs are really state of mind songs,
True. So
and that's that.
this is the
Right.
question.
It's a state of mind. So
Yeah.
that's the approach that I use because I think everybody else is kind of strung out and telling stories, and all the best stories in the world has already been told.
True.
You get what I'm saying? And we kind of live the same experiences after all. We experience the same things as human beings, no matter what hue you are. You get what I'm saying? We experience the same feelings and emotions, disappointments, happiness, sadness. You get what I'm saying? 12 range of emotions. So, but I stick to that side of it because I think that's one of my first song, Victory, where I say mind the disease. And the disease of the mind, I think, is one of our greatest obstacle, one of humanity's greatest obstacles right now. It is what is causing us to see each other as can't really embrace um can't really embrace the differences
Mhm.
as something that is beautiful. Instead of seeing the differences amongst us, as His Majesty would say, we strive not to point out our differences, but to see what we have in common and how we can go from there. And a lot of things we have in common as human beings. It's just that we prefer to work with the differences. And that's what's causing the problem. And this is why I kind of do state of the mind songs. So yeah, pleasant place is really, if you think about it, you can through your own volition, through your own thoughts. You see me I say to yourself, look, I need today to be a pleasant day. You can make it happen. You can rein in your feelings and emotions.
So it's Jah Mali find a balance.
Yes, and I'm trying to help, people to find that balance also. You get what me I say through my music because there is enough entertainers out there.
True. Never enough, never enough. We cannot,
It's never it's are you saying it's there's never enough or that there is enough?
there is never enough. Never enough.
Okay, so you like being entertained then.
Pardon?
So you like being entertained.
Of course, life is entertainment.
I like to be edutained.
That's true. That's true.
Because when I see, that's what I'm saying, the thing that we have in common as opposed to the differences. So I see that as if entertainment is the thing that we have in common, and then your type of entertainment doesn't really
No, I give you that. I give you that.
you get what I'm saying? Doesn't really or my
It's
or
more
on the right.
educational entertainment.
Right, exactly.
So in that
Edutainment.
case, I'll say there is never enough.
Right. In that case, there is never enough. There shouldn't be enough of that.
You know,
You get what I'm saying? But when
and there is
people
not
come,
really enough.
and it's not really enough. Exactly.
No, not at all.
Exactly. So
Especially in
and
later.
and I think the greatest man, it is now Black History Month, and it is now the time when they're celebrating Bob Marley worldwide.
Hmm.
But Bob Marley wasn't an entertainer. He was an edutainer.
True,
You get what I'm saying?
definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
So we kind of try to see how you can make an impact that way, as opposed to just singing some feel good songs all the time. But I think songs that entertain you, really entertain you, are songs without substance. It's cool, you put on a feel good song. It's according to your mood and so on, and it's okay. But that's the problem I have with entertainment. It's they're like mile markers along the way, but they're not like talismans that we wear around our neck. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like the real edutainment music can be like a talisman, something where you keep close to you all the time, as opposed to something where when every time you hear it, you remember a special time in your life. You get what I'm saying? Which is, I think, is that's what entertainment is. Or you remember being at a certain place, dancing to the song. You remember how beautiful it felt. You remember it's all melancholy. Then you get what I'm saying? It's all a memory. It's a feel good memory,
For real, for real.
which is like, as me I say, it's just a milestone in your life. It's like, okay, at that time I was here, I was listening to this. Every time you hear that song, you think about a certain place in time, a certain how it make you feel that time. This is what why music them say they call it the soundtrack of our lives,
Definitely.
because they're like mile markers. But
For
then
real.
no, it's not. They're not necessarily substantial. They're substantial not in a entertainment way, but not substantial enough to wear around your neck as a talisman.
I know what you
Do
mean.
you do you get what I'm saying?
It's deep.
It did, but it
Yeah,
makes sense, right?
it does, it does. But to me, to me, roots reggae music is that talisman to me.
Ah, there you go. There you go. As opposed to the crap what's coming out of Jamaica right now.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I'm doing this program.
All right. You know what I
My
mean there?
my program is like I would say, yeah, a remark of what is reggae music. That's why I'm
Mm.
bringing you and your fellow and
Yes, yes, yes,
you
yes,
know
yes.
bring it back, talk about what is reggae music, and all this type of stuff. Yeah, because I have two children which are growing
Yes.
up with reggae music, and they doing reggae music as well, so they need to see and still hear what is reggae music.
What is reggae music? From the forebearers, Yes, I totally agree with you. And me totally agree. And me rate you for that. Me give you enough kudos. Big up.
Big up yourself.
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. Because a lot of people don't find that groove yet, and take life that seriously to understand. Say, you have to play your part now, so you can positively influence your
So,
offsprings.
for me, it's a payback. Reggae music changed my life in so many
Oh
ways.
my God, yes, respect.
Yeah, man,
Cho cho,
payback for me to the music. I
cho
can't
cho.
sing, I can't really sing or do anything like this.
Right, right, right,
We cannot all sing. Somebody have to do something else.
right.
This
Exactly,
is my
exactly.
contribution to reggae.
Yes, 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 yes. I totally get what you're saying.
You see what I'm
Totally get what you're saying. So is that approach I'm using to this project now coming up? It's like, you want, it's like, you have your kids as you just mentioned. You'd like them to have if you want them to have a pleasant upbringing, that they don't have too many traumatic memories, then you choose where you take them to. You choose what they listen. You choose who you leave them around.
We try, at least we try. We have to try
Yeah,
our
yeah, 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 yeah. We all do. Yes.
best.
So, but it's a what you call it now. It's something where on your own volition you have to really think about it. Because if you want pleasant, if you want if you want to have a pleasant environment, you have to put yourself there. If you want to have, you have to choose your friends. You have to choose your thoughts,
Life is a
even
choice.
your mindset, if that's what you want.
True.
You get what I'm
Definitely.
saying? So that is the whole concept of pleasant place. It is reggae music is that pleasant place for listeners like yourself. And that's what I'm
Definitely.
trying to say. It's a concept where it is. It is a mindset, and it is also an actual place. Like when you go to where them are play reggae music,
So, Jah Mali,
that
this
yes,
new album, is it your production or somebody else's production?
it is my production. It is my productions, but we have a lot of great producers on it. We have Bobby Digital on it. We have Clive Hunt on it. We have you know, great musicians and producers. People who are producers in their own right. China Smith, Computer Paul, musicians from the great Firehouse crew who used to play for Luciano for many years. Some great musicians, and yes, some of the songs on this album are coming from some great producers. Um, I got J Vibe on there who produced that reggae song by Jasmine O'Sullivan, the girl, the R&B singer that did that great song years back, a reggae song on the Queen of the Minstrel Rhythm.
Okay,
Yeah, and who else we got? We got Reggae Vibes Production on there. You get me? It will be like around 13 tracks, minimally. Maximally about 15 tracks.
okay,
You get what I'm saying? It won't be a lot, but it will be a nice listening experience. And yes, I've produced most of these songs.
great.
I've been doing this for many years. El Shaddai was produced by myself, just that some other producer got the credit. So
Oh,
I've been doing this a while now.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
We
so
those stories, but we don't want to talk about that.
no, 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 no. We don't want to talk. We don't have to talk about that. That's the thing.
El Shaddai is still giving you a big, recognition around the world. So we still give thanks for that.
Yes, yes. It could have been, you know, and to note, I am one of the only artists who who came on the scene in the 90s who didn't have a record contract. I didn't get a record contract. Reggae music business is not an easy business.
Not at all, but yeah.
Not at all. So, yeah, so this is why I want to be like, okay, in spite of it all, we still can make good music, and we still are on the same mission.
So
Hmm?
what's the title of this new single out?
This new single is called On Repeat.
On repeat, yes.
On Repeat, and as you can see, it's an Afrobeat.
Yes.
And I'm happy about this song. It was the final song that was recorded for the album. Ended up being the first song that was released. I have a video dropping probably in the next week or so for it. So I also would like to drop another single before the album drops. And the song that I know you've heard a song that I've been promoting for the last 2 years called Made for a Woman. That song was also That's my production also. So that song will be on the album also.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Because it wasn't really just I just made the a video for it and put the song out.
Yeah, man. There's like the pandemic is kind of put everything on pause. So now we just
Ye-
press start again. So
Exactly. Just
everything
press
just
start. I
go
I,
back
I
to
press
years ago.
I press the repeat button. Aha.
Yeah, it's very
So this
cool.
is why we have this song called On Repeat.
Means,
We try to repeat and recapture the 90s vibe. This album got a lot of 90s vibe on
oh.
it. Yes,
I
we
can't wait
got
for my copy.
yeah man, yeah man, and so yes, so this is why now I'm really happy that me I get to reach out to your listeners and your
Yeah,
supporters to say, hey, look out because we have something great coming out and we want to make an impact with it.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It's
man.
been a while.
It's been a while, but your music is still there, you know? So, all you have to,
Yeah,
you know, keep it.
yeah. Well, we all need know from morning. So God bless us that we can make some make a living off conscious livity, because really, when you're really serious about it, there's no money in it, really.
Yeah,
Corporate entities don't support it. They'd rather support the music that dumbs the people down, where they can sell some alcohol.
you know, so we know the struggle is real.
The struggle is real, but we are continue because I believe in the conscious people. There's more of us than there are of them. They're just not telling the truth
Always, it's good over evil and good will win.
all the time. All the time. It's a balance, but the good is over the evil.
Over, 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 man. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah, man.
I go.
Yeah, man.
So, do you mind? Let's go back in time now and talk.
Yeah. Rewind the clock. I knew. I was waiting on that one.
So, where Jamal is from?
Clarendon, Jamaica. Veer Clarendon in Jamaica.
Nice,
I'm not a
nice.
Kingstonian.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm from the
Finally,
same place.
I was I was saying finally. I live in the UK. It's fun enough. Every Jamaica you meet, they'll tell you they're from Kingston. I'm like, serious?
Yeah, they're all lying because they think that people will have more of respect for them, or probably because they have low self-esteem. I don't know. Anything to make yourself look better.
Maybe because it's just easier to say Kingston.
Yeah, I guess
Sometimes.
so.
Yeah. Thank
But
God.
in that way, you're not being there. I haven't gone anywhere in the world and see people, you know, in America, people are not ashamed to say where they're from. They're in England, anywhere.
So
No, I don't know what it is. It's just so I may say again, it's a state of mind.
they need to find a happy place.
You see?
Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
talk to
man.
us about you growing up in Clarendon then.
How?
I say, can you talk to us about you growing up in Clarendon? How was your life over there? What was your hopes and dream as a little child?
Wow, hopes and dreams.
Was it music always?
I Yeah, I was blessed because it's funny, when you have when you got siblings and you're the youngest one out of all your siblings, so
How many you
you
have?
a lot. Like 8, 9.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so you kind of live vicariously through them, and as the younger one, and you see the older ones who are like legends, in your neighborhood, so you grew up living through them. You get what I'm saying? But also, it was a great experience. Where I'm from, in Veer Clarendon, was like a mecca, a crossroads, because you have the sugarcane industry, and you had the aluminum industry,
Okay, yes.
right? And where I'm from was like the crossroads for people from all over Jamaica. Imagine in my neighborhood where I'm from. I've never gone anywhere else and see this in Jamaica. You have people who, cause imagine you're what, in Italy, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so imagine where you're from. You know, where you're from. Imagine people being from Corsica, or from Napoli, or
Right,
from Tripoli. You
true.
get what I'm saying? But they come to your area, and people in your area, they don't call them by their name. They call them by where they're from. Hey, Tripoli, how are you?
Okay.
Hey Napoli, how are you? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, so it's like that in my neighborhood. You got people from you got people whose name was St. Thomas, Westmoreland, St. Anne,
Interesting.
named after an entire parish.
Okay. Interesting.
So it was an eclectic. It was a melting pot. So where I grew up, I had my neighbors. Me had I had a Jewish man, some Jewish people, Chinese,
Listen.
white people in my neighborhood where I grew up. So it was a really eclectic neighborhood, where some that's why I guess it fits. I could say my neighborhood kind of encapsulate our motto out of many one people.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that kind of give me a view from a young youth on the world. You get what I'm saying?
True, man.
I grew up. My dreams and aspirations weren't. We kind of had everything there. Our own theater, our own everything, right? So there was nothing lacking in the sense that we have everything, and probably that's why I'm proud to say where I'm from because we had everything that was in Kingston. As a matter of fact, Kingstonians used to come to where we're at and didn't want to go back home.
Listen. So, music. When music came to your life.
Well, music come because you see, oh, oh, my parents, my people were and I hate to involve the church. I hate, but we used to. My parents were heavily into the church,
Right.
and they were responsible. My mom was kind of a double used to double as a secretary, treasurer, uh, involved in the choir.
True.
My father used to play an important role in the church also, but he was an instrumentalist. So he would teach my brothers how to play. I grew up with what you call an accordion. You know the accordion, right? And the guitar. There's a guitar right behind you. So we're really musical, and I remember we used to do family sing along. So but then everybody could carry a tune. That's the great thing about Jamaica, and that's why there's so much artism, so much music per capita than anywhere else in the world comes out of Jamaica because most people in Jamaica can carry a tune. So me grew up thinking say everybody could sing. You get what I'm saying? I never thought that this was a special thing
True.
until it's beginning to dawn on me when I was like probably 10, 11. When I have started when it start dawn on me like, whoa, okay, they can't really sing.
You probably heard me,
Right. So yeah, so singing in the church as a youth, and then now having in mind, as I say, it was a really eclectic neighborhood. So we have everything in our neighborhood. We have I had like 4 or 5 dance halls just in my immediate radius. You get what I'm saying? Say less than 10 blocks. Not even so much. Probably 5, 6 blocks in a 5, 6 blocks radius.
Hmm.
There was at least 10 dance halls around. So on any given weekend, there's just music everywhere. Music playing from the sound systems everywhere. You could hear at any one time you hear at least 4 or 5 different sound systems playing. And those are just sound systems. We're not even talking about the bars and
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
little entertainment
Yeah.
spots where they're playing their own music.
Yes.
So music was all around us. So I guess that and then my brothers used to play music too. You get what I'm saying? So music was really influential. It was really. I was influenced by music from a young age, tender age, because of that. But I didn't know that I would be a singer. I
Until
had a, I had aspirations to be a pilot. That's what I wanted to be. Yeah. But then, as I'm older I grew, I'm like, nah, I don't want to spend so many hours in the air doing what? This is just boring.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So what makes you move into to the
To
becoming
music,
to becoming a singer from
same thing I'm talking about, state of mind. I used to be a teacher as a youth, but I used to be a teacher, and as I was like 22 years old when I'm in the classroom teaching sixth to ninth graders,
what were
so
you
we talk
teaching?
about.
What subject? Sorry.
We used to teach math and science.
What? You're a
Yeah.
nerd.
Well, we used to teach math and science, but I never something just something like music. It just came natural to me, and I got sequestered down the road there. So me I say
Mm.
because my siblings them were you know what I call it you know highly knowledgeable people themselves too.
Okay.
So some of them, I happen to be one of the only boys. We had like five boys and six boys and four girls, in my family, and I was one of the only one that went to college. You know,
The last one, wash
the
belly.
last boy. You can imagine that. So, and it's not something that I thought. I never think so. Boy, I mean, I end up there, but it just happened.
You've been spoiled.
No, I know, never get no
Huh?
spoil. No, no, no. It's not. Funny enough, it wasn't like that. Never grew up with this. What would I call it? Those wash belly kind of thing. No,
Uh,
no, no, wash belly. No, no, no. Funny enough, you know, yeah. My mom and dad had other things to do. They never
okay.
have no time for pamper me. Believe me.
Well, I hear you.
9 out of 10. Hey, by the time you come, there's not enough time for you. So it was. I come from a big family, yeah, and things did all right. Things did all right. Growing up, went to high school. That's when I discovered that my friends found out I could sing. That's how I got the name Junior T. Cockatoo is not from my neighborhood, but the same area.
Wow.
It's like, you get what I'm like, the same zip code then.
True, true.
And so my friends, they named me Junior T.
Okay.
Not because I was singing like Coco T, but because Coco T was the singer that was running
Yeah.
things when I was going to high school. So
Okay. Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? So when they call me up, they'd call me to sing his songs. I sing some other songs too, but because he was from there and him I run things, they just gave me that name Junior T. And I guess it came because they would call me Junior T because I said, yo, accept it because your name is Thomas anyway. So T stands for Thomas,
Makes
not
sense.
for make sense,
That
right?
makes
So
sense.
me accept it, and so me go along until me just fell in love with the J, and this is how me change from Junior T to Jah Mali.
Right.
You know, when me started, in a Rasta way, when me start my victory now and say, okay, different lifestyle,
See.
stepping out of Babylon one by one, into Mount Zion, out of the matrix.
True, true.
So we
So
decide, say, boy, all right, we're gonna grow relax and we're gonna do this because when me I go school, when I was teaching in the classroom, I had a set of students one time who actually were grown, they were teenagers, like 15, 16 years old, right? I was teaching 15 and 16 year old at 22.
Whoa,
And
rough.
and yeah, they used to think we were peers because I never look too much older than them.
True.
And because of that now, this is kind of one of the experiences that prompted me to leave teaching because I was in class one day and this one of my students came to me and it was her birthday. Her parents apparently gave her a lot of gifts for her birthday and she wore them to school. You know,
Yeah,
gold, choperator, earrings, a chain.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the students in my class robbed her.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So I tricked them and I tricked them and got back her stuff for her. And these boys waited for me after school.
and
And I had to fight for my life because they were serious. Them rushed me with weapons, not guns, but weapons, knives and
rough.
rough, 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 rough. This was in Kingston.
Then
So that's when I decided, look, okay, a lot of parents aren't doing their work, so I think I'd make more impact in the music on a worldwide level instead of staying in this little box in a classroom in Jamaica. If I had stayed there, you would have never known me.
probably not.
Yeah, you see? So me say me I go teach in the wider classroom you know, instead of just stick in our Jamaican classroom.
True, you made the world your classroom.
The world is my classroom. So that's when I make the decision for my youth. Say, okay, this is not fun anymore. So from then we move on and started writing. Well, all those times I was still going. All those times I was still going to studio. I was still going doing music works. I
Okay.
never.
You never record anything.
No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no. I never stopped. No, man, record a lot of songs by then time, man.
Okay,
I,
so
I
what was your first song you ever record?
No, no, I can't remember because I can't. No, no, no. You see, the thing is when you train yourself to create songs, you just keep doing it. And I remember I started at King Jamming Studio.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I was just 14.
Right. Good
I
start.
was 14. Yeah,
Good start.
yeah, man. And I met a lot of my other peers, man like Panet that pass on, you know. You get what me I say? A lot of the greats, tenor saw them, man. They I just saw them briefly. You get what I'm saying? You know, all of the greats them from in the in from who were running things at Jammy Studio them days. You know, you get what I'm saying? So me grew up doing that. We do that in a Jammy Studio. Then it become a culture, a thing for just leave from studio to studio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And get to know every other producers around the cut. So yeah, all them times I'm maybe recording, man, and a lot of us youths, a lot of us, a lot of those some of them great rhythms that you hear over the years, probably some of them from in the 80s were made from our melodies. I remember score rhythm. Frankie Paul, I know that score. That rhythm was made by one of my peers, one
Okay.
of his original songs. Mark Wanda, big up yourself anywhere you're there. Okay?
Pick up
His
yourself.
song never came out on the track, but because of his original song, that rhythm became, that rhythm was made from his original song.
Sin.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's kind of how the trick in the business goes. They know that you get new voices and new talent with new ideas, and you can always make music from these new ideas. And then the more professional guys now come and sing on these things.
The more professional.
Well, Frankie Paul was more professional. We were just kids at the time, right?
For real one. So, since you don't remember the first song you recorded, do you remember the first song that you heard on the radio? One of your songs? Because
Oh yes. Actually, it's really the first song me hear on the radio. Some years ago, I was in California, and a radio disc jock by the name of Chuck Foster. He brought out this song. I actually fell to tears because them songs there. This was 1991, 1991, right? And this is Fatty's Exterminator label.
heavy.
Okay, on a song called um Change of Heart. It's a song that I wrote for that rhythm. Fatis loved it. He put it out on 45. I didn't know.
See?
Yeah. So some years ago, probably 7, 8 years ago, I was in California. And this dude just pull out the 45 on me. Put it on the thing. And when I heard my voice at the time, I started crying. I was like, oh my God. Me sound like a little youth. Me sound like a little baby. But me that do me thing. And this was 1991.
Wow.
By this time, he already done 6 years in the business.
True, true, true.
Cause I was 1990. I was just turning 18 or 19.
Wow. Yeah, you start very young, yeah?
Yeah, man, I start young man. So yeah, I remember that song was one of the songs, and then a few other songs after that. You know, yeah, me actually asked him to record the song, and he had to put it on his 45 player, record it for me, and then email it to me. I still have it in my archives right now.
So how it go? Do you remember the song? How it go?
Um, I said something like, "Make up your mind, no right from wrong. Help me to sing the revolution song," something like that. You don't know. Um, Never want you know, never want to know. That's when you've been. Change your heart. What you need in this world. People, people, can't you see? That's why we need do your part. I was singing them kind of songs from your youth. That was
I was
way
thinking,
before me and Rasta.
I was thinking I was deep for the age though.
Exactly, exactly. So you can imagine, right? But by that time, I was already writing my own songs for 5, 6 years. So
Nice man.
you get what I say? Because be inspired to write my own song because I come up in an era where between the years of 1986 to 1991, any singer that's going to come and sing for the people, it's either you have to be singing like one of those established artists who are already established, or you have to be doing covers because you get what I'm saying. Hardly people were hardly writing their own songs. If you're coming in the business, that's how you come. But between them age, between the age of 15 to 17, 18, I remember going to all the different dances and stacking up on all the covers. But then now, because you kind of have a little notoriety by that time in the neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods were requested to come to dance. So you become like a little ghetto superstar now where you don't go to dance early. So, but by the time you reach some other dude who's trying to look the boss already come before you, perform before you, and sing all the songs you were planning to sing. You
So
get what I'm saying? And it's not a good look. So I'm like, screw this. I start writing my own song.
have to
And
change
that's
the
how I
plan.
started writing my own songs. Because a lot of times, none of these dudes right now, I don't remember, none of them ever made it.
Since
None of them ever made it. None of these dudes who used to knock the window out of my seal, none of them never make it at all. Ultimately.
yeah.
Because you see, they were relying on somebody else before they, you get what I'm saying?
Oh, that good thing you change your plan.
Some are like, yo, I can't afford to be coming to dance and somebody else I sing the same song me plan to sing and I mash up the place and then when we come now the wind already suck out of the audience because they done heard that before earlier.
True, man. Yeah,
You
man.
get what I'm saying? So that's what caused me to start writing my own songs. And this just become part of my thing. So now
So
I'm thankful that I do that.
you do always write your song, or sometimes you had other people writing for you.
Um mostly mostly 85%, 90% I would say. 90%. Probably 95% of the songs you heard, me write them all. There are a few songs where other people have collaborated with other people, like the great writer who have written for Garnet Silk over the years. Me and him used to write together back in the 90s. And right now, me have this youth who me working with. Well, I work with a long time, who is also a great songwriter. Big up Rasta Vice, Mr. Michael Morgan, big up yourself. And um, big up, one of my former writer also we used to write with Tony Rochester. But those songs, most of the songs I me write them. Most of them, a few songs. Like this album that's coming up.
It was
Go
a
ahead.
trick question that, I was testing you because a lot
No
of
man, most of
reggae
them.
artists, no, I'm
No man,
telling
me not
you,
gonna lie. Like this album that's
I'm
coming
telling
out
you,
right now. This album that's coming out right now, me share writing credits with one writer. And probably two songs that are going to be on the album. But the rest of them are me write them.
true. But this
You
is
get what?
the thing. I was just testing you because a lot of artists, especially reggae artists, they don't like to say, "Oh,
Admit. They
yeah."
don't like to admit.
I'm thinking that's not, it's why
It's
not?
nothing.
Exactly.
But you see, you don't understand. When you want something, this is the qualms with me having. There's a reason why if you have a product that um that could last or an idea, right? That you monetize it and it's doing well and you want it to continue, right?
True.
You have to invest in it. That's why people create think tanks, right?
Yeah.
So you have to invest what we call your best and your brightest,
Hmm.
right? That's the thing that we don't do in reggae music because everybody's so full of themselves. And you get what I'm saying? And we don't really push our best and our brightest. We don't invest in our best and our brightest. Me, I got, look, me get, me in a studio and artists were in the studio yard with me. Who me group me practically not say grew up with them, but them get to be your peers now because
True.
for year in and year out
Yeah,
we
yeah.
see each other every day in the studio until you had this producer who come from Clarendon who was looking for me for many moons, but at the same time I was going to college. I used to jump the wall. Right which part my school was behind Penthouse Studio was my school. So I used to jump the wall because there was this huge chasm, a gully, right? That's like 6, 9 feet deep or so. You get what I'm saying? And that separates. It's probably um another 6, 8 feet wide and probably 6 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
River channels in the city, right? On one side of it is a school, on the next side is a studio. So
Right.
imagine we have to jump this wall, go down in the gully, cross up, climb up another wall, right? To go to the studio a lot of times. Sometimes we have the strength where we walk all the way around, okay? But a lot of times you can't be bothered, you just jump the wall.
Shortcut.
Right. Well, me in a studio and this producer come from Clarendon and decides him I go work with me. And if him want to work when he finally find out that I'm in the yard to him say, Jamali, then time there I wasn't even Jamali yet. I was junior T still. I was still junior T. When he find out, cause him heard about me and thing. So him say, yo, I've been looking for you more and work with you. Here's some money, blah blah blah. Come to studio tomorrow. When I come to studio the next day to work with the man, two of my peers them, well, them a bigger man for me still. They were probably like 5 or 6 years older than I am. But they were still young men at the time. I was just like 18, 19, 19, 20. They were in their soon approaching their 30.
True.
Okay? Me in a studio, in the studio yard. And before me know it, these guys just bring a fight to me and start fighting me.
Mm-mm.
Because because you see, those were the days when a producer come to the studio and you're an artist, you try for we have a term we call mark you close. You get what I'm saying? Like you're a footballer on the field.
Yeah, true.
You got your man, mark that man. That's your mark. You get what I'm saying? So the artist usually try to get to the studio producer, mark them close, try to get into his
Circle. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So of course the producer start work with them and stuff. But when they find out so the producer interested in me, them start want to fight me. And you know what them a fight me for? Them a fight me saying, yo, ooh, you're a college boy. Your people them send you go to school. You have the people them, ooh, you have your education. Go take your education and left music. Music of few, music of poor people something. And they actually fight me.
Jah Mali.
Them actually fight me. Them fight me twice. Once in the studio yard, and once the man broke up that and bring me up in the studio. Them come back in the studio fight me again. No, none of those dudes actually never make it in the music business. One of them actually met into an accident. I don't know if you heard about one DJ named Sluggy Ranks. He died in a terrible car accident in Jamaica. Well, no, probably not. But that dude was with him, was one of the dudes. He's my friend. I won't call his name because you get what I'm saying. But boy, oh my God, he turned into a vegetable. And then you have this other one that was fighting me also. He kind of went down the Leroy Smart road, you know.
Mm.
You know. wanted to have your hue, you know. And
Try
that's a sad thing. It's a
try
sad thing.
find
So my
Rasta,
people,
right? Yeah.
huh?
Say, try find Rasta.
Well, as me I say, I wasn't even a Rasta at the time. I was still a ballhead. But
Oh,
they
okay.
were threatened by me. Remember me I tell you I was going to school. So all of them things that happened to me in a studio. Me get actually fight, actually punch and kick.
Bloody hell.
And they didn't beat me up, but they tried to beat me up. You know them way they really took it to me. So that happened. You get what I'm saying? Those are the kind of things that happened to me. You know? So I'm glad for all the greats, man, like Dennis Brown, who encouraged me. You know that way there? Say, yo, I love how you're starting to keep. Don't stop here.
Yeah, because I guess those episodes was making you feel as well like maybe not even this road.
No, it didn't make me feel as though I turned back. As me I said, there were several producers. You know, then Jamaica have more churches per square mile than anywhere else in the world.
Definitely
Them
does.
also put out more music per capita than anywhere else in the world. And we have more studios, probably not as per mile or square mile, but just studios
Hmm.
all over the place. So you didn't have to go back to a certain place. You could have left from there so and go somewhere else. But you want to be where it's happening.
Yes, exactly.
You get what I say? So yeah, man, all them things that we experience,
So
and
did you
them things that we,
eventually get to work with that producer?
pardon me.
I say, did you eventually got to work with that producer or not?
Eventually, that producer ran out of money. That's what happened eventually. Because they were fleecing him too. He had to. This is the thing. You had this grown ass man who are in the studio. You know, it's just the way it is. It's just the way of life in Jamaica. I know nothing like they disparage them or anything. It's just the way of life. You come into the studio as a producer, you're expected to, pass a little thing, cause we're all ghetto youths and we suffer.
Yeah, man. I hear you, man.
You understand what I say?
True, man.
So yeah, yeah, all of them experiences that we have, man,
All
and
part of the
we just,
story.
huh?
So it's all part of the story.
It's all part of the story. You understand? So great things we've done, which we're
True.
not gonna speak of. We help some people also pull them through. You know, give them strength. You know that way there.
For
We
real.
help a lot of people.
So you had as well a tune with Buju Banton on Buju Banton album itself, right?
Yeah.
Now, how that collaboration came
Well,
about?
that song, you see, now you ask me. This is why now it's good to be honest. Because you see, we talked about earlier on about that song wasn't written by me. That song was written by Tony Rochester, Garnet Silk's writer.
Right.
You understand? We actually produced the song. I never, it wasn't done as a collaboration. Buju Banton just came in the studio and heard it. And next day I come to studio, it was on my song.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So, that's the truth. That's the truth. Remember that we did truth and justice, love and music. See?
Wow, we're there for that.
You understand? So, I truth that me I tell you, man. That's what actually happened. You know? Record my song today, left and went home, come back the next day, Buju Banton was on it.
So what was your reaction?
What can I say? What could I say? He was the big man at the time.
True, so that
It was a
that
honor.
wasn't
I will
bad.
tell you, it was a honor. It wasn't bad. It
Right.
wasn't bad. You know what I mean? I would have loved to get one heads up, yes, and be like, yo, I'm going to do something on that, But nothing,
Oh, well, look,
nothing.
it's a honor though. And I feel like, the man just love your song and want to be on it.
Yeah, that's the way I look on it. So I mean, I have no complaint. I'm just telling you as it went down. I can't tell you, oh, me and Buju Banton vibe together, and you know that way, as you would expect, right?
Did you ever sing that song together, like on a stage, up to this?
Yeah, we did that song. We did that song. We collaborated on stage on that song.
All right, then.
Yeah, once
So
or twice.
you see, then you done the, the reverse work. You done
Pardon
the.
me?
It's like you get actually you didn't sing together in the studio, but then eventually
Yeah,
you.
but we were touring together, so you know we that tour together. So it just happened that hey, need me. I was kind of like his wingman.
Nice.
Then I call me up and be like, Jah Mali, come on, come sing that tune.
Yes, boss. Go.
You understand?
For real,
Yeah,
man.
man, great times, man, great times.
For real, man. Any other collaboration you had out there?
Um, yes, on Warrior King's album, the song called "What's Going On." This is
Oh
the thing
yeah,
when I face in the
sure,
business,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
But I didn't. But they took my name. The record company took my name. You know,
Yeah, I
took
remember
my
that
name
song.
off. Yeah, they didn't put my name on it. There's a lot of things going on. This way, it's like His Majesty on the poster behind you. Who's persona non grata. I'm kind of like persona non grata also. You know what I mean? And this is why I don't complain and cry and bawl like Bushman pan. Yeah, brother, I'm not gonna burn you out all the while as a Rasta man. Not no blood cleat easy. You're not supposed to make
Well,
Babylon a see a ball. Yeah?
I'm gonna. I'm not gonna laugh.
Yeah, so me I say we no ball and complain because we understand the mission.
The
And
mission
as
is.
a Rasta man, if you truly understand the mission, you're not supposed to ball and complain. We are ball and complain for. You think what you think? This is Toy Story 2?
It's a tough road for reggae artists. Yeah, man. So yeah, you
Yeah
know,
man.
it was like for me, of course, El Shaddai was like my album on repeat on my TV.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Well, guess what? I'm bringing you one more this time. El Shaddai, this album called Pleasant Place. Oh my God, you're gonna play it until it scratches,
I
until it
think
begs you to
I think
stop.
I did play your album until it's scratched.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But I was too formidable, I was too formidable for them, and I could tell you horrifying stories about something when I've been through what the higher ups put me through. You get what I'm saying? But hey. Why ball and complain? This is what the music business is. Life no fear. If we expect life to be fear, then hey, just go straight to paradise and no bother with earth.
So the point now is that Jah Mali is back with a brand new album that he's gonna
Brand new
mash up
album.
the place
I
again.
hope.
Yeah, man.
I hope so. I really. I've been looking forward for this, and this to me. I mean, I've been doing so many interviews in the last couple of weeks, and I'm like to myself, hmm. I don't see a lot of my peers my peers in who like who we are come from them time there,
True.
who doing this now, even if they're putting out a new album.
A few, a few, a
A
few,
few,
a
a
few.
few.
You know, we a few. We research for them. We are
Yeah, okay, okay,
we're
okay.
here for you. You
But
know.
it make me feel like I'm doing this to be known. Cause I see that the younger generation, a lot of them still don't know me. It's not that they know my songs. The thing that happened with me, as me I say, me never did.
But look here,
He
look
never
here.
did get a record contract.
You see the time when you come out, and a lot of your fellow artists, we only know your voices. We don't really know your faces, right? This internet thing is a new thing, so don't take it no way. That's why, as I said, we do this now so they can put face and voice
Our
together.
voice together,
You
exactly. So
understand?
we weren't that visible, really. We weren't that
Yeah.
visible. Yeah,
That's the thing.
visibility down that way. So now I'm happy to bring forward something where I go, okay, put the work and the image together.
Yes, that's what happens. So don't take it no way. People know you, believe me.
They know my songs.
Yeah, but they know you, they know your song. Now they're putting together, as is it, the picture, the face,
Yeah,
voice,
yeah,
and go like,
yeah,
wow, I am this.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
But trust me, you haven't so this is the reason why I made it stay when why I made it do decide to do stay on my path of creativity, originality. Because that's what the music needs, especially reggae music.
Yeah, man. And I'm glad that you actually, uh, as you mentioned before, your new album is gonna bring us back in the days a bit, like you just said.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. May I give back some 90s vibe, man.
Yeah, man, we need to keep reggae music alive, and reggae music what I intend for reggae music, from the 80s, 90s, like the real beats reggae music, the real reggae music,
The real reggae music.
the real 1 2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
the positive
yeah.
message and everything with it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, you see, me see it as a genre, but me also see it as a thing um that it can be the thing that serves to lock you in a box also
I
as a creator.
I don't think so. I think that a lot of people trying to destroy reggae music for a big reason. It would take a day and more probably to discuss about it. Reggae music is very powerful.
Yes.
You can't say that Bob Marley is locked in a box. Bob
No, no,
Marley,
no, no, no.
you know what I'm saying? Bob Marley is still the biggest seller in the world. Not about reggae music, but
Right, right, right,
the
right.
whole genre.
Well, this is the thing what may I say. When Bob did kinky reggae and he did um Pimper's Paradise and he did So Much Trouble in the World and he did songs like those, which he wasn't experimenting. He wasn't experimenting. He was actually being really creative. No, him come from reggae is your art.
Hmm.
What I'm saying is there are people who are involved in reggae music who don't appreciate creativity.
I
Meaning they will hear you make something and say, that is not reggae. Kind of same thing they did to Bob. They did the same thing to him with regards to those songs when we talk about. It's now, after years, and you look back on it, you saw that he was really a visionary with the thing. And that's what I'm really saying. I said that I'm not saying that know the music powerful. The thing that is killing it is the lack of creativity, the lack of, as me I say, you invest in your best and your brightest. You invest in something that's you when you have an entity like that who's a who can who can make bring beneficial returns. You don't just willy-nilly leave it up to providence and say, whatever will may, or whatever may will, whatever, however you want to say it. What me I say is, you want the thing to remain substantial. That's the main word, substantial. And what me see happen in these last days is that it turned into an enemy minor more cat and the figure kind of thing. You know the way the music is there, the music is there, but
But
a lot of what we are saying are a diggle diggle. Do you get what I'm saying?
no, I
A lot of
agree.
us.
I agree.
You
I'm
agree,
just
right?
in
And
my
that's what I'm
opinion.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't come with this a diggle diggle thing for such a powerful medium.
But this a little, as you say, right now, to me, it's not even reggae. Like,
And that's what I'm saying though. That's what
no,
I'm
but
saying
not,
though.
not
Because
just lyrically, even musically. Because
musically it
I
get
do
a diggle diggle
understand.
musically too.
For me, I do understand the fact that an artist want to obviously experiment and all this thing, which is great, It's like all of the artists doing it. But my problem with this experiment is that I see that he's getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, you're talking about what's going on right now.
for a few years,
No, yeah,
I
well,
can
for a
see.
few years now we're going
Yeah,
on music
yeah, I can
business.
give you an example. If I, like, if I talk to a youth now, like youth, I can say 20 and maybe a little more than 20, I say, "Wow, do you like reggae?" So they were looking at me like, say, yeah, but if I play, for example, I don't know, a Jah Mali, I give you an
Uh-huh.
example, and they're like, ah, they don't really qualify that as reggae because to them reggae now is like coffee, this kind of music, which is
That's what I'm saying. That's the
completely
whole thing. That's a
yeah,
completely different, and that is
no, I'm not gonna put my hands. I don't have anything against coffee as a person, whatever. No, but for me,
no.
I heard artists saying loudly, "Oh, we come in with this kind of music and we classify it as reggae because the other genre won't accept it." I'm like, what the hell? So what?
What other genre won't accept it?
Yeah,
Just
like for
everything there.
example, if you submit your album to the Grammy, right? They will say, I don't know, no, this is not hip hop, this is not, which is actually is, but they want to accept it. So if reggae is like accepting all this type of whatever it is. Do you understand? As long you say towards in patois, yeah, you're reggae, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like the young generation is completely misled of the heck what is reggae.
But this started long time ago.
So that's
This
why I'm
started.
afraid when people start to mix in the
Do
Afrobeat
you understand?
with
Do
that.
you understand when I said to you? Do you understand when I say to you? Look, I remember back in the 90s in Jamaica when reggae, when the whole vibe was authentic again and doing great things. You have to understand that this is a the spiritual way of life and what comes from it, the fruits that it bears. The powers that be don't like it. In the 90s, when people were waking up more, getting back to their roots, the corporate entities realized that instead of, before this thing came around, they were doing certain quota per year. Like, for instance, in the 90s, the companies who sell alcohol didn't used to make as much money as they're making today. You get
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And on top of it, they wouldn't sponsor us. They just hated Rastafari and just hated the whole vibe. They fought against it. This what is going on right now is what they want. So they spend their money to push it, get it into youths, them heads. Say this is reggae. It is media programming that has done that.
Yeah, man. But we have to fight it back, man. We have
Well,
to
this
fight
is
it
why
back.
now. Well, this is why now you have artists like myself now in our last half, because what's gonna happen is this, and I know when I drop this album, what's going to happen is you're going to see all the people who hate themselves, despite of the fact they hate that they can't, they hate Rastafari. There's a lot of narcissistic kind of one-sided kind of view of what reggae music stood for in the first place. Because reggae music is people struggle music, and it is black people struggle music. You understand? This is
Hmm.
what came out of I and I. No, that's what it's for. It's protest music. So music was supposed to double as protest and spiritually wake you up also. Back in the early mid 2000s, when me coming to Europe, I begin to realize a shift and a change. There's a lot of Europeans who do not think we deserve what we have. And I've faced that. I've experienced it. I've come upon them, hear them talking. You get what I'm saying about our simplicity? You get what I'm saying? So there was a plan to kind of circumvent us. Like right now, I hear them talking about reggae university in Europe. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Really? Over my dead fucking body. Hell no.
True.
And I love our peoples. Okay? I love our peoples. But do not try to take away this thing and whitewash it like what you've done with everything else. Accept it for what it is. Stand with me or you stand against me.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Because we know what it's for. We know what it's for. But the powers that be don't want it to be the way it's supposed to be. But a lot of I and I not thinking that way. It's not like we're, look, as His Majesty says, do not focus on the differences. Focus on the things that we have in common. Okay? So it's not about race or nothing like this. It's about just accepting that this thing is not yours. And the guys, them who we help and push them through, they've turned around and shitted on us. Guys like Gentleman and those. We helped them. They've never come back and did anything for us. Never. And practically is doing way better than any one of us right now.
But maybe I would say, in no defense of nobody, but when I'm listening a lot of like things from Jamaica, TV, radio, whatever. It is reggae music the way it's supposed to be. It's not really you know
Popping in Jamaica, no.
supported at all, I would say.
No.
So
No.
you
But
know,
it's always been that way. Listen, dancehall was kind of, my God, how do I put this? You have to understand, the moment in 1983 that slang tang rhythm came around, I remember where I was on the dance floor as a 12-year-old when I heard that song for the first time. Everything changed from there. So, okay? So the music is a little bit more, it comes in as reggae, but it's just a vibe.
yeah,
So It's like what's going on now with the music. Everything that you hear right now is just a vibe. It's just a vibe. It's we trying to capture our vibe, okay? At the time or presently. See? Cause all the music what you hear right now, and the youth them are trying to capture what they think should be the vibe. None of them are versed or knowledgeable in what has gone on before them. They don't care about that shit.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? So of course, if you come into something and you don't know its origins and you don't care about it, you're gonna do what you want to do and tell yourself this is how it is supposed to be. However, I believe that we grow to change, and I think that change is the only constant. This is why me not licking out on them. I'm not me not abund them and say, oh, I hate this type of no. I mean, if that's the best you can do, then what can I say? But that's what the corporate entities and the powers that be that them are investing in. You know why? You know how much money it takes me to put this album together, to make live music.
I have a good idea.
All right. So um spend less and make more. That's the order of the day. That's all it is. But it's going to frazzle out
Some
because it has no
but
substance.
to me, it's not even just about the lyrics. It's the whole,
The
like
whole vibe of it.
everything. But I mean, for me, nothing wrong. As and I repeat this in many of my episodes with other artists. So to me, it's nothing wrong if Jamaica produce another type of music alongside reggae. But why killing reggae?
Because I don't think you're ready to hear the answer. Nobody is ready. Nobody is ready to deal with the reality of what we're really dealing with. Nobody is ready to accept what it is that is causing all of this. You understand?
I can only say,
I yeah.
I can only say until artists like yourself still, pushing through with the same vibe, the mission is still on fire.
Well, this is why they make it hard for us because they know Babylon know there's more of us out there. Them just not support. And I mean, are the only great artists, reggae artists who love reggae music and can make great reggae music. We're just not getting any support. It's been that way for a long time. I'm telling you, I felt so mad to see how corporate Jamaica was is quick to spend their money on the foolishness. And back in the 90s, they would not support us. We couldn't get them to support a roots culture show
True.
because for some reason it is kind of below them. You get what I'm saying? But all this nastiness and this bestiality kind of music is right up their street. It's like drop the bar so low because that's what it is for us anyway. In our heart and in our mind. When I say us, when I say us, I'm talking about the people who like that type of shit. Who are in positions of power to help to engender that thing and keep it going. Because there are really some freaky people. And they like to see everybody be freaky with them. Hey, you can keep your freakiness. I still love you with your freakiness.
Hmm.
The thing is, your self esteem is so low that you need support. And these are people in high positions. They like this type of stuff because this is the type of stuff that keep them going. You remember a song from VC, one of our singer named VC, where my sing say, by its deeds shall a man be known.
No, me not recall the song.
Yeah, man, it's a big song out of Jamaica one long time. When I get to youth bus, it's history. As baby, we know that say. Ghetto youths not really, never really have any higher aspirations than a house on a hill, two cars on the road, and a little side hustle. That's it. That's the highest aspirations them have, really. And if them stack up some money, nobody has taught them how to invest, so they think having a lot of money is the way to go.
Hmm.
Hoarding it to themselves. Nothing wrong. But the rich man are the man who up there who know who is freaky and who can spend his money to get away with pedophilia. You get what I'm saying? And the kind of things that they could do where um they're gonna get away with because there are no laws on the books to stop them. And these guys are in government and big head of corporate companies. So when them see you like I and I who are not into certain kind of levity or lifestyle, they're not gonna support that
Hmm.
because that goes against what them are dealing with. So this is why when you see this kind of music come now, they support it. They spend a lot of money to support it because this is right up for them lane.
Yeah, they have to flood the youths their mind,
Just yes. You understand?
just blind them.
You understand? Blind them more. You know? When I was a youth, them youths at age are only grown men, men over 45, who drink rum. Like rum.
Hmm.
You know, the youths them we as youth we drink we one Guinness, or one dragon.
Real.
You know them way there? Nowadays the youth them a drink rum. So
And
what that
after
means, by the
the,
time them turn 30, all their offsprings gonna be some superfluous brains.
yeah, man.
Because all of this rum just mess up your strong ability to bear some strong youths. Some youth with good mental aptitude.
Hmm.
So may I
Right.
say, so it's all a systematic plan. This is why the Babylon, this is why we have to burn down the system. Because we understand, say, it's not we who are causing this so much as this is being engendered. This is being encouraged. This is There's big money behind it.
Yeah, for real.
You understand?
Hmm.
And a lot of these artists where you see nowadays are industry plants them. Come last year and then next year you get not even half an album you get Grammy.
Get
I'm not
blood.
fight against you. I'm just saying, damn man. Not much people around here work so hard for so long and I put in better work to who could let me get the promotion and blah blah blah. But they're not doing it. So I wanna see cause me a one of the artists there. Because we are not fool. We are intellect in I think too. So we wanna see when this thing drop, what's gonna be their reaction. If they're going to be like, oh, it's just another thing. Really? Cause me know worldwide people are waiting for good music.
Of
That's
course.
what gonna get them.
Of course.
You see what I say? So that's what me I bet on really is that me known for making for singing good songs. As me tell you earlier, a lot of my DJ friends you know, white boys and black boys would say to me, say, Jamali, when we go in the record store, when we see your stuff online, we don't have to listen to it first. We just buy it because we know it's gonna be good.
Yes,
Other
Jamal.
people we have to listen to their songs first. And a lot of times them not keep up to the standard. So me already know what is out there, what the people them look for. Moreover, something that resonates with your soul. Your heart tells you, the heart of a brain, as a brain of a brain. And your heart are gonna tell you, say, yo, this is good shit. Get it.
Jamal,
Even if you're not into it, eh?
you just have to, keep up your work and stay true to your music,
To yourself, exactly.
At the end of the day, realize the soldier empty. So when
And
things
the
are,
mission.
yeah man, and when things are flat down, you have to be there to heal up,
All right, so this is why we're here because we know how we are gonna build up back the repair the breaches,
the
repair the broken down edges, fill the gap. So may
real,
I say that's what we're here for, and we did always know.
the real man.
And this is why even today, even right now, me I have the hardest struggle, but me welcome it all. Me have the hardest struggle putting it together, getting it to get out there. There's so many roadblocks and hindrances, sleeping policemen, setbacks, holdups, just to get this thing done. In every facet of it, in every facet, you know, it's like you're going along good, light just turn off. You're doing this good, and then no light. That's like that. It's like that. In every facet of it.
Yeah man, but we still see the light.
You see me I say so we know say this is something highly spiritual or highly worthwhile and it's gonna be worth it. Cause we not there for do nothing more as me I say love, truth and justice. And more music.
Yeah man.
You understand?
So anytime you feel like the light is off, just think of saRas, a little soul from all the way from Italy with your music and and Jamaican music, real reggae music change life.
How we know people, oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. This is wonderful because when I look at His Majesty, look, who did know? Who did know? You, a former leader of your country, would have hated you so much.
you know.
You know that, right? Because he hated that man. So although you're his countryman, he would have hated you too. What the hell are you doing with that man's picture in your house? And this is the beautiful thing about life. You get what I'm saying?
No, yes,
So
sir.
that we're all one. If we work for our commonalities, not with differences.
Definitely, man. So, Jamali, if they want to
Yes.
find your music, you find your music in the social, where they should look.
Well, check me out at the underscore real underscore Jamali. Okay, on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. Check me out, Roaring Ras Productions on Facebook. Same thing, Jamali on Facebook, plus Roaring Ras Productions. Yeah, we
Yeah,
did it, man. We're out there. We are doing thing. It
me
take a
see
little
that
time.
me and you could talk for hours,
Oh
but
boy, I just love it. This is beautiful. And the thing is, I mean, know you have some a dedicated audience because I know you know play a blowout track, and I don't mind because a lot of interviews that I've done hasn't gone in depth as this and allowed you the artist to really
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
My program is about getting to know the
the
artist.
artist.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Well, the artist will know himself also because this is my biggest thing also that we are dealing with a lot of people who don't know themselves.
Then,
Don't you think?
I said, for real, for real.
You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
out there, give thanks to music because I get for experience and I meet people from all different walks of life and through them, I could have lived vicariously if say, okay, I haven't been to Italy in a long while, but me just don't talk to my Italian sister Sarah,
Okay.
who make me feel as though I'm right there, and it shows me that we have something in common. But
Definitely,
now gonna stop say so.
absolutely.
Cause
It
that
was
can stop the next world war, eh?
it was a big, big, big pleasure for me, talking to
Show
you.
man, show
But
man,
me
show
not
man.
let you go until you give me a little present, a present for
Oh God.
me.
Which one? The new one or don't tell me say El Shaddai? Let me tell you, the
Hey,
album El Shaddai, right?
of course, yes.
Say I had I had four number one songs on that album. So it
I,
kinda
for me, one of
yeah
them was number one. Honestly, I really love the
for
album.
you, right? Well, that sold number ones.
And
That
then
really
I really love the single Politician.
politics.
Politics.
Politics so rotten. My people, have you forgotten that it is so bitter? Only the youth them in the ghetto them a suffer. Politics so rotten. My people, have you forgotten that it is so bitter? Only the youth them in the ghetto them a so rotten. So many misled. We're tired of their manipulation. When they take advantage, we left in the bad reaction. Hey, who time to blame? Who pays the younger? Hey, who's time to blame? For the youth of the top and politics so rotten.
Wow.
You have to talk about, you have to play that song for your crew too, for your listeners. A song
Come
so
on.
rotten, so
Oh,
rotten. Me actually did a hip with one of the UK's top rapper
okay.
back in the days named Black Twang, and we did So Rotten. You should search that on your
I
thing on
will.
Google.
I will.
Yeah, it's the
I
same song.
will. Wow.
He came, he heard the song, he was like, and his name was, they call him Tony Rotten. So when he heard that, he was like, what? Come
Yeah.
and find me, you know?
Give thanks again, and I
Yeah,
hope to
man.
see you very soon, in person.
Yes.
We can
And,
have a
and
nice discussion, with a coffee.
with a cup of coffee.
With an espresso.
Espresso, but don't worry. You got enough of Jah Mali. You can have you some coffee now.
True. Fine, fine.
Sister, thank you so much, Rastafari. I bless it.
Yes.
Thank you for having me, Sister Sarah. See it?
Yeah, man.